Good morning. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people, and Corgi lover. And this is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. And today we're very excited because I want to sort of relaunch something that I made a couple years ago that has been really beloved by the people who have them. And that is this deck, my animal connection cards. They go with my book. They're called Dances of the Heart Animal Connection Cards. And what they are 52 cards that you could just pull like you would, playing cards out of the deck. I recommend putting them on the floor or just some of them and then letting your dog pick one. Do you like that one? No, you really like that. Oh, that one has a picture of him on it. So what you would do is pull out the one that your pet chooses. So they have that picture on the back, and then on the other side, Tristan picked the one with this picture of him on it, is something that is fun to do to help you enhance your connection with your pet, or something that you can do to make yourself a more informed pet caretaker. So what this one is about is my botanical animal flower essences. And it says to become familiar with flower essences, and I have a video on Conversations with a Corgi on every one of the botanical animal flower essences that you can look up and see there. I'm trying to get out of the sun here. And then you can give these to your dog if you have a rescued pet in particular. There's one called Angel of Mercy that can be super helpful. There's one called Sibling Rivalry that I know my friend who just got a new puppy is going to be looking for. And one called Devil Be Gone if you've got a dog that just is really creating a lot of disruptions with the other pets in your household. So they're all really great blends of flower essences. A lot of people are familiar with Rescue Remedy from Bach Flower Essences. So these flower essences can really help your pet cope with lots of different kinds of challenges in their lives. So if there's something that could benefit your pet, for instance, there's ones for clear thinking and focusing, and some for training, like the people that just got the new puppy, they might want the in-training one to help him concentrate when he's learning how to be a good member of the household. So this particular one was flower essences, and so they have a picture on the back side. It may have a suggestion to go to a website, like this one has my web address so that you can go there and buy the flower essences if you choose to get one. Or sometimes there's even not a link because you can't click on it, but another web address to go to research something else about your pet. So what people use these for is really been fun to find out. So I have a lot of people that I work with on a daily basis or that I've done workshops for who have done this for a year. There's 52 cards, so it lasts you a year, and your pet can choose one each week, and you can focus on that particular issue for the week. For instance, one of them is Explore Animal Reiki. So you might look online, because there are lots of online classes now for you to become a basic Reiki animal practitioner. You might look for a Reiki practitioner in your area to bring your pet to. You might just call up a Reiki practitioner and say, hey, how would this help my dog? How would I know that I should bring him by for a session, or my cat or my bird or my horse? Because most of these cards apply to every kind of animal that you could have as a pet. So there's like homework like that. Or you can just choose one every day, or if it's a rainy day and you can't walk your dog that day and you want to do something with your pet, you can just choose one of these and do that with your pet. Another thing that people have used these for at different classes, like when I've done T-Touch classes or participated in one, or sometimes my friends that run dog schools have used the cards like in puppy class. Maybe there's 8 people in the class, and even now with COVID, there might be 5 or 8 people in a class, and they just put the cards in a pile in the middle of the room, and people pick one, and they go home, and that's their homework, is to do what's on the card, and then report back to the group. So one of the cards is for heart coherence, which is a really important thing about bonding with your pet that you need to know about. And it will tell you to go to the Heart Math Institute pages on computer and look up heart coherence and understand what that is, and then you might practice slowing your breathing, trying to become in sync with your pet. with their heart rate and their other body rhythms, because when you're in heart coherence, you're in a better place to connect with them and therefore ask them what you'd like them to do. And people who are really good with pets, veterinarians, trainers, bodywork practitioners, all of the many things that people do with pets these days, those who are really good at it can make that heart connection really fast. And so looking up heart coherence can be really helpful. So that could be something that you do all day. So what the people would do is come back from their week with their card, whatever it was, and then report to the other group in the puppy class what the card was about and how it was useful for them. And so then, if there's 8 people in the class, there's 52 cards. We don't put our card back in the deck because you don't need 2 people reporting on pet Reiki. And that way it just gives people a little something interesting to do. And, it might be your first puppy in that puppy class, or it might be the 3rd puppy you've had, but you might not have ever known about heart coherence. So it can be really useful for people to find new and exciting ways to connect with their pet. The very first card in the deck is about doing Tellington T-Touch Heart Hugs. Remember, the face of a clock on your chest, and you're making a circle and a quarter. This is the most basic connection you can make with your pet, with yourself, with your love of nature. Some of the other cards are about yoga with your pet, or prayers for roadkill, because nearly everyone who has a pet is very moved when they see something that didn't make it across the road, and we feel so helpless. So there's a whole list of things that you can do for that. And there are pictures of rabbits and horses and dogs and cats on these cards. So there's lots of different kinds of pets, and they're really, really fun. A lot of people, like I said, you can keep them for a rainy day. You can do one every day with your pet. You can use them in dog school. They're $20 because we wanted to make them easy when you're at a pet expo because they're light, easy to carry. When you're at a big expo, you're buying a lot of stuff. And over a couple of years of doing that, I realized that people want something that they can take home and that is easy to pay for. And because, you get long lines, people don't really like waiting in lines. It's really difficult. My poor sister, she's got people asking her questions and people buying products and people asking about products. And the line can be really awful. And what she, for her to manage, but, people get through it. What she has found is that if she's got products that, like this or something else that she has that's $20 and the people just want to buy it, they can just kind of run through the line quicker, and it just keeps everything moving. So that was part of my thinking with this. But it is a really great thing to have to learn about your relationship with your pets. And why do we have pets? We want to love them, we want them to love us, and we want to have a relationship with them. And these cards will help you enhance the relationship you have. Now, of course, if you're listening to me now, you probably already have a great relationship with your pet. And so, you may not feel that you need these. But on the other hand, there are many things in here that you might not know about, like flower essences or heart coherence or pet Reiki or music, using music with your pet. I mean, there are just so many different things in here. I spent a long time, and there's even some, like this one is about balancing the central nervous system. So that's something you might not have thought about. Or here's one on road trips with your pet, preparing your pet for stress-free vet visits. These kinds of things can really make a difference in your pet's life. So we are relaunching these cards on my sister's website, on her Amazon page. So that if you go to Amazon, we're going to be working on it so that it will link immediately to her Amazon page. You can get them from me as well. They make a great Christmas present. I have given them to lots of my friends who are like, what are these? And then when they really start to enjoy them, they really are grateful and glad that they discovered them, because they're really unique. I mean, there's cards where you can look up, what does it mean when you see a bear walking across the backyard? Great, what are the messages that the mice in your house might be bringing you? Okay, but this is something that's really specific to you and your pet, and there really isn't much out there similar to it. So do yourself and your friends on your gift list a favor this year and get them some Dances of the Heart Animal Connection cards. They're really fun. Tristan and I had a good time making them. My neighbor, the Cairn Terrier, came up and sang Over the Rainbow with her mommy for one of the music cards. There's several different ones about music. And there's just so much that you can learn on these cards. And they're just little short things, but they're really fun. I know someone once gave me a rainy days dog book. And it was like a little kid book, you know. What it looked like, it was, 50 pages, really short and little and slim. And boy, I just love that book for years. I mean, I've had it probably 30 years. And I love things like making paw print pictures for my pet. When it's a rainy day and you can't go for a walk, but you want to still do something fun with your pet. Maybe you're having quiet time instead of dancing in the kitchen with your pet. So that book really inspired me. And these cards, I hope, will inspire you to change your relationship with your pet for the better and help you connect with pets and wildlife around you everywhere. So check out the Animal Connection cards, SallyMorganPT.com or DrJudyMorgan.com. And I hope you enjoy them as much as the people who have already purchased the first 300 decks have enjoyed theirs. So thanks for joining us for this episode of Conversations with a Corgi. I can't remember my schedule next week because it keeps changing with my educator job. We might be here tomorrow. I have some new fun things that I've learned that I want to share with you. So thanks for joining us today. Oh, the shirt. This came from Torrid. It's that kind of big girls hip store in the mall. And I think they still have them. He has a little scarf on. Bisky, sit down a second. See the little corgi? And the fun thing is, I'm like a size 8 or a 10. And so at that store, I'm a size 0. Which just makes me laugh. So they come in really big sizes if somebody, and let's face it, lots of Corgi mamas are bigger gals. So having a shirt that comes in your size that has such a cute Corgi on it can be such a blessing. And they're on their website, so you can find them until they run out again. So thanks for joining us. Everybody enjoy your time with the Animal Connection cards. They're really fun, and I'm so happy that we're able to offer them through my sister's website now too. So thanks for joining us. Everybody have a great day and have a special relationship with your pet. It's going to be 50. We're going to have a special walk today. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.